When you're skateboarding through the city, you're just reacting. In the middle of things, sucking up exhaust, running through the veins of downtown. You know, it forced me to be aware of my surroundings and present. And then it's just another element of looking at the city in a different light. I mean, skateboarding is an autonomous act. You're doing it on your own. You don't have a coach yelling at you to do it better. Hockey, you're stuck in a rink. You go around in circles. There are rules. You have people yelling at you. Same with baseball, all these things. And I tried all those things, but skateboarding was just free. And then there's the whole thing of just constant battery. The trial and error, the falling and getting back up and doing it all over again. And it's completely self-driven. Like all my friends that are skateboarders now run their own businesses or are successful artists or photographers or writers. To me, I see they got that kind of drive from skateboarding, from the falling down, getting up, trying it again, trying something 100 times in a day until your legs can't move anymore. And just not really having that fear of failure. A lot of my skateboarder buddies were doing graffiti or just doing kind of shitty drawings. No one was a trained artist. We didn't go to art school. I don't know, I like it. It's like a form of social rebellion to kind of the residents to take back their city, you know, fight back against the grayness.
Only needed it one time. We cut shapes in the sunshine. We never play on them blue notes. We never have words get tongue-tied. Live in the light when it's darkness. Our hazy nights in apartments. Didn't even know when we'd started. Suddenly I was starving for you.
I'd like to see this downtown. I mean, we're under a bridge, pretty far away from the city core. And it's still, I mean, I'm very happy that we have this here, but it's still like hidden, pushed aside. Just makes it kind of scary, you know? Like, what are those kids doing under the bridge?
Where are you now? I wanna spend a little time.
Very famous graffiti artist Barry McGee, goes by Twist, said that he judges the health of a city based on the level of graffiti that it has going on in the downtown core. And I think that's pretty fantastic.
Charm perfected, starts the heart, sparks the senses. Since this is the beginning of something, cause I was empty, but now you fill me with loving, and I'm loving the way you make my days turn bright. Maybe you could stay till the night turns day.
I know there's a conversation of property damage in other people's property, and I think people need to be respectful of that. I mean, that's why I generally pick spots that are either derelict or in the middle of nowhere, and I do my best not to kind of step on anybody's toes. From birth, my father was building and restoring a log cabin that he built a new foundation out of stone himself. Basically every weekend was spent either working on the cabin or just being at the cabin. That really helped to instill an appreciation and a reverence for nature that now I really recognize how fortunate I was to have that experience growing up. I mean, Ottawa is a gorgeous city. We are a kind of a city within a forest, and I see more foxes in the city than I do out at my cottage. And that really interests me. So in my work, my art, my animals, they're anthropomorphized to kind of bridge that divide between, humans and animals. To usually have them in sort of a conferring scenario where they are hatching a plan against humans to, win back what was stolen from them. So there's a kind of a rebellious tone in the paintings where they want their land back, basically. When you're making art all day long and trying to make a buck from it, it's just kind of like a fun recharge to not have to worry about that. It's just kind of, there's no monetary value, you're just giving it away. Maybe some people will walk by and appreciate it, or not. I mean, this is the best scenario for me, painting outside. It's a beautiful sunshiny day. People walking their dogs. Hello. I just think that this could potentially be a way for kids to express themselves. This is kind of a more tangible art form than doing art in school, in a class setting, painting a vase. Like, most kids want to learn how to do this because it's colorful, it's fun. But if this is their kind of like avenue into getting creative, then you need to allow that, or you need to foster that. Yeah, attitudes are changing. I mean, our generation is moving into the positions of curating shows and making the funds available for artists like myself. We could be showcasing more of Canada's great artists on our walls. And we've got lots of walls. There's walls for days here. I would definitely encourage our local artists to stick around. Some of the world's best graffiti and street artists have come out of Ottawa and have left. The city will never be anything if all its creatives are leaving. So that was a huge thing for my wife and I to move back to Ottawa. Was to kind of, not if I'm not actively creating programs or anything like that, at least I'm present, and you're creating a community. You create a community by being present and by communicating with other people in the community, and things will kind of hopefully organically evolve if people continue to stick around. They'd have to. So yeah.
Place all extra patrols that we have on duty, Captain. Keep these groups from gathering at any location in the city.